The Washington Redskins finished 5-11 in their 2011 season. I'm going to hit on the 2012 needs, what they need to address, who they need to re-sign, and what players they need to look at in the NFL draft coming in April. So I'm going to get right to that. Here we go. So in the 2011 season, the Washington Redskins started 3-1 but finished 5-11. I believe the top need that they need to address in this 2012 offseason is the quarterback position. Now come free agency, they have a lot of free agents on the market. They have 19 unrestricted free agents and some top names like Fred Davis, London Fletcher, Adam Carricker, Rex Grossman, Tim Hightower, LaRon Landry, and Rocky McIntosh. Now out of these 7 names, I believe they should at least re-sign 3 or 4 of them, including LaRon Landry, Rocky McIntosh, Fred Davis, and Tim Hightower. Now, Fred Davis, he could be a nice go-to guy. He's put up some impressive numbers at tight end for the Washington Redskins. Tim Hightower, I believe, would bring a nice 1-2 punch, nice balance with Roy Halou. LaRon Landry, if you keep him, put him in your defensive secondary. I believe they could be the top secondary in the league with what they can do in the draft. And Rocky McIntosh, you need somebody at linebacker, and he can bring you guys some production. London Fletcher's too old. I believe he won't get re-signed. Adam Carricker's on the border, and Rex Grossman, they're just going to go in a different direction. Now, come draft day, I believe they have a quarterback need, a wide receiver need, a cornerback need, an interior offensive lineman need, and an inside linebacker or middle linebacker need. Quarterback, like I mentioned, Rex Grossman gone. They have John Beck, so I believe they're going to address that, whether it be in free agency or the draft. I'm going to hit on that in a second. Wide receiver, I believe they can use the $40+ million that they have in salary to not only re-sign some of their free agents, but bring in somebody like Mario Manningham or Marcus Colston. Cornerback, I believe they can address that in the draft. Interior offensive lineman, they can address that in the draft. And inside linebacker, I say that because of the departure of London Fletcher. So come draft day, if nobody trades and everybody stays where they're at, the Redskins are drafting number 6 overall, and I believe they can take a look at 2 guys. Morris Claiborne at cornerback, I believe he could be available to them, and I believe they will take him if nobody trades. And even maybe Trent Richardson if he's on the board. I know I just said, re-sign Tim Hightower, but if they don't, they really only have Roy Halou. I don't know what happened to Ryan Terrain. I don't know if he's still there or not, but they could sign Trent Richardson. But I believe none of that will happen. I believe what will happen with the Washington Redskins, and I'm saying this, they will be the most active team in the 2012 offseason. I believe they'll trade up. Trade up with the, I don't know about the Rams, but with the Minnesota Vikings, they'll swap the 3 pick with the 6 pick and possibly give them a 3rd or 2nd round pick with that as well, and draft Robert Griffin III, trade up in front of the Cleveland Browns before they can get their hands on him, and I believe they will go with Robert Griffin III, address that quarterback need, and who knows, man, he could be looking like the next Cam Newton. Look what he did. If you haven't taken a look at Cam Newton's numbers for the 2011 season, you should go take a look at that. There's a reason why he's the Offensive Rookie of the Year. Robert Griffin III could very well bring that to the Washington Redskins. Excitement. That fan base hasn't had a solid quarterback in a very long time. So if they can do that, trade up, get Robert Griffin III, I believe that's what they will do. 2 picks for me for the Washington Redskins in the draft. If they don't trade, I think they can go with Morris Claiborne. If they do trade, I believe they'll go with Robert Griffin III. So that's all I have for the Washington Redskins for this 2012 offseason video. I believe you guys can contend in your division very well in this next season. If you guys spend your money right, if you guys re-sign some of the players you need to re-sign, maybe bring in a wide receiver from free agency, and then trade up and draft Robert Griffin III. So that's what I got for you guys, Washington. I'm out.